Three, two, one, ghost. Hey, everybody. Welcome to 321 Ghost, and welcome to Primetime, bitches. I'm your host with the Silent G, Kyle, and as always, joined by my fellow Dream Warrior, Natalie. Hey, Natalie, how you doing?
Doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great. Just fucking just put myself a cocktail together of hypnosil, crack cocaine, and just coffee grounds.
This is the coffee grounds washed down by Diet Coke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. What is it that she was eating in the beginning of that? I don't know.
That was the coffee grounds. She was like
Oh,
taking
is
them
that
out
it?
of the Maxwell house, like it's the instant coffee. She was just swallowing that and like washing it down with Diet Coke.
Oh, it looked like a green gray color if I remember right, but maybe not. I don't know.
Hmm.
Before I get too ahead of myself, hey everybody, we are talking about Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 3, The Dream Warriors. The third in our Nightmare on Elm Street franchise series, which we started with, of course, back in, what was it, November? With the first
Hmm.
one, Freddy's Revenge. Not so much of a Christmas movie, but it lined up right, doing it in December. And then here we are, celebrating the new year. Also, Happy New Year, Natalie.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
We
What
made it.
a lovely way to start, by talking
Yeah.
about a Freddy Krueger movie, right?
And a fun one.
Yeah, this is a fun one. I was thinking about the shift in the goofiness of these
Hmm.
movies, and a lot of people argue that shift really starts in this one.
Yeah, I agree.
However, like I don't know, I don't really frame it as like a negative. Like,
No, not at all.
yeah, and
I
I wonder if it's because we both were children when we were watching these.
hmm
So it was almost kind of like a little more of a palatable Freddy towards children. Like at least he's making some jokes. Like,
Yeah.
okay, even so just a little, just like 6-year-old, 7-year-old Kyle being like, welcome to prime time is pretty good.
Yeah. I like the incorporation of one-liners, puns, like things like that. I think that's what a lot of people know Freddy for, and this movie starts that, like that piece that it like really like brings it home. Like we start getting
Yeah,
silly Freddy.
I'm really excited to talk about this one, of course. This is probably, and I don't think it's a hot take, of course, probably one of my favorites in the series.
I figured it would be, yeah.
It's a good one.
Mhm.
This is a franchise series, though, of course. We've got a
Mhm.
couple rules, a few particular rules that we must abide by in order to successfully talk through a Nightmare on Elm Street movie or any franchise movie on this podcast. And Natalie, could you just be a fucking champ and share what those rules are?
There's really only one rule. I say that every single time. It's one rule and then
And I
things that
forget
we
it every
share.
time.
Yep. Yep. And throughout the episode, he'll also forget everyone. So just be prepared. The first and most important rule is that there are no spoilers for future films in the franchise. So, for clarity, we can talk about A Nightmare on Elm Street. We can talk about A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, and of course, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, which we're going to talk about today. The next thing is we're going to share some of our favorite things of this film. So, one being our favorite Freddy quote, and this is where it starts to get fun in part three. We're also going to share our favorite nightmare sequence. This one's a good one for this too, because there's a lot of nightmare sequences that actually don't end in deaths. So, you got a lot of options. Your nightmare sequence can be linked with your favorite kill, because you're also going to share favorite kill. And then we'll share our boo score as always, and then we will rank the films. And I will remind everyone of where our films are ranked currently, as well as our previous boo scores for the first two movies. And that's it.
Wonderful. Love it. Stayed awake through all of it.
It's all those coffee grounds.
Yeah. Sorry, I mean I was listening. I looked to the side and saw a real sexy nurse trying to lead me over to the next room.
Don't follow her.
I said, "Nope, nope, nope, not
Nope.
today."
I can't stress enough because it happens so much in horror movies. Like if a woman that you don't know that's super hot is just luring you away from people or into a dark space, she is going to murder you or lead you to someone else who's going to murder you. She's not trying to fuck. It's not happening. Those are facts.
Oh yeah, it's that rule with second locations. Just don't do
Yeah,
it.
don't do it. We're like, girl,
Yeah.
you come here.
Yeah, you come right
You
over here.
you get your ass right over here.
Yeah. Obviously, industry legend, 2025 industry legend award winner Freddy Krueger, Robert England is back in this movie, of course.
Ah, and on fire. Pun intended.
We've also got a couple returning people from the first one. We've got both
Hmm.
Heather Langenkamp, industry legend,
Yes.
and then also John Saxon, industry legend.
Yes. I love that
Love
he
that.
comes back.
Did you know that he wrote a had some script that he wrote for Nightmare on Elm Street 3?
No.
Check this out. So I'm just looking through the development section on the
Hmm.
Wikipedia, and it says before the script was finalized in 1986, John Saxon and Robert England each wrote their own scripts for a third Nightmare on Elm
Shut
Street
up.
movie. Yeah. So, but I was like, I didn't know John Saxon was that like, fuck
Passionate?
yeah, I get why Robert England would
Yeah.
be doing that, right? Because
Yeah,
I
get
mean,
that check.
because especially by the time you get into the fourth, fifth, sixth, etc. movies, like
Hmm.
he's really he has a lot to do and a lot of
Yeah.
sway.
Yeah.
Um, and so the Saxons was a prequel and I guess
Oh.
this is where I got it from, but it's supposed to more like directly imply that Freddy Krueger was actually innocent and murdered
Hmm.
like unjustly.
I
But
don't know about that. He seems too evil for that to be the case.
yeah, and then I guess allegedly it incorporates like Charles Manson and the Manson family who
Oh.
actually were killing those children, but then set up Freddy Krueger for it.
That sounds
I
too convoluted. It's too much.
Yeah, I don't know. So maybe he was just like, I want a prequel story because it'll be about me and I'll be the star of this.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I don't think I am interested in seeing that. And then I
No.
guess England had a version of it that ended up being incorporated into the Freddy's Nightmares TV show.
Fun.
So yeah, I don't know. The so Wes Craven's also back doing this.
Hmm.
He was pretty well. His idea was that like the first Nightmare, just like John Carpenter with Halloween. Really wanted it to be a one-off. Like this was not
Yeah.
supposed to have sequels. This was not supposed to extend beyond the first movie. But of course, they
Hmm.
made Freddy's Revenge, and then Freddy's Revenge made money, but critically was not, well
Which is
received.
fair.
Yeah, which is at the time. I mean, like, hey, I mean, our boost scores, I think, are honest. I think,
Hmm.
and I think are pretty justified. I don't think it's a bad movie, especially revisiting it. But
No, I don't think it's a bad movie. I just think coming from the first one to that second one is a huge shift.
right. So Wes Craven's like, here, I don't have the time to direct right now,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go, let my pal, fucking what's his name, Chuck Russell
Chuck
do
Russell.
this. We'll get back to him in a second, but he's like, so I'm gonna co-write this, and I am going to produce this, and just be much more involved, of course, than I was in the last one, which was zero.
Hmm.
Um, Under the idea that okay, now we're ending this story. We're not making any more of these. And of course, the studio's just like, oh, yeah, 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 sure, sure.
Sure, yeah, of course.
Yeah. But, like looking at the IMDb, it's like, yeah, I mean, fuck, it's like what? Like a $5 million budget and made
Hmm.
$45 million. So I'm like, they're
Hmm.
gonna keep fucking making more of
Yeah.
these.
I always wonder how many horror directors like Wes Craven or like John Carpenter, like, or, whoever else, how often they do make a horror movie and intend to make it a whole franchise from the get-go. Like, because more often than not, you hear they've they've got an idea for one singular film. That's all they want it to be, and it blows up, and then they're like, we need more. Like, was Alien supposed to be a whole ass franchise?
I don't know. I think the only
No.
example that comes to mind is Scream. And funny enough, that's one that Wes Craven did not write. That was
Yeah.
Kevin Williamson. And
Hmm.
the whole, I guess, the deal of getting Scream sold was the idea that Kevin Williamson also had a spec script for Scream 2. So he was kind of selling both.
Oh, okay.
That's the only one I can like really think of off the top of my head. But I mean, I guess now, I mean, I think there's certain franchises, especially nowadays, right, where
Yeah.
everything's got to be, a franchise where like they were not making The Conjuring thinking that, oh, this
Yeah.
is going to be the only one, even if
Yeah.
it makes money,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Even this
Hmm.
last Conjuring that came out, they're like, oh yeah, this is the last one, but like we're making a TV show, and like, oh,
Yeah.
we're doing this and this, and I'm sure at some point, 15 years down the road, they're gonna have some legacy Conjuring sequel where they bring back Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson, I'm
Yeah.
sure, to do their shtick in bits again. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, but yeah, I think both with Friday the 13th and Halloween and Elm Street, I'm pretty sure they were never originally intended to go beyond that
Yeah.
first story.
I
Um,
agree.
because I don't know, I just don't remember. I'll have to listen to our own episode on Friday the 13th to see if like like how serious really was the Jason jumping out of the water at the end, like really supposed to
Yeah.
be. I think it was just more of a like, hey, this sounds fucking fun. Let's do this
Yeah.
kind of
Or the
situation.
studio was like, we need to leave this like on a cliffhanger.
Yeah. So, like I said, Wes Craven leaves the directing duties to Chuck Russell, who has a pretty interesting filmography. Of course, Elm Street 3 is a second film. He did one
Mhm.
movie that I'd asked you if you'd seen, but you hadn't, called Dreamscape.
Never even
With
heard of it.
Yeah, like looking at the poster, it's weird that it's like it looks like a knockoff of Indiana Jones, but also stars Kate Capshaw.
Hmm.
And was, I think, before Temple of Doom came out. I want to say 1984. I'm not going to go and check or maybe 84. What? No, 84 was when Temple of Doom came out. I'm pretty sure. But so very weird that she's in both like that. But I did think it was interesting that it is a story about people going into other people's dreams. So I wonder if they just like saw that
Mm.
and they're just like, oh, this guy, he's our dream guy. He's our Nancy Thompson, our dream expert now.
Yeah.
Let's if anyone's going to be able to figure this out, let's get this guy in here. He also did The Blob in 1988, which I
Mm.
haven't seen, but I think might be fun.
Could be fun.
So,
Yeah.
right. The Mask, which I honestly have never seen all the way through.
Really?
Yeah, it seemed a little too much for me. Like I like Jim
It
Carrey. I was on board in the 90s, but
it is
I didn't.
so much, but it's like just enough. I watched that movie nonstop as a kid. I could pretty much probably recite every single line Jim Carrey has in that movie. It's ridiculous. I love it.
I think I probably watched the cartoon more than the movie itself.
Wow. And Cameron Diaz, that was like her film debut. And I have to say, like, she was the hottest thing to come out of that year. Oh my gosh. I was absolutely in love with both of them.
Yeah, because I guess a couple of years later it'd be There's Something About Mary, huh?
Mhm.
With Lin Shay,
Yes, industry legend.
industry
I
legend Lin
love her in
Shay.
that movie too.
Yeah.
She's so
Um,
crazy.
Speaking of too much, he also did The Scorpion King, which I have
Mm,
not seen, but um, yeah, I fuck with The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, but yeah,
it's
and
not
then
good. I've seen it because my family thought it would be fun to watch it together, and it wasn't fun.
mm, and then I think recently, he's doing some like straight to DVD shit starring John Travolta.
Oh.
So yeah,
Hmm.
I don't know. But I mean, I think he does a competent job, you
Yeah,
know,
I agree.
more or less. But yeah, I don't know. Like I think this movie's a lot of fun. I don't know if there's any production stuff you want to touch base on before hopping into the movie, but I think that's all I got.
No, but this movie does have something that you rant and rave about all the time.
Um, Child death.
No, a spooky soundtrack song.
I love it so much. Um,
You were gonna save it
dude,
for the end.
well, I'll get there, but yeah, I love that Dokken song, Dream Warriors. It's so good. It's yeah, fuck. I love they should just make a song for every fucking horror movie and every
Yes.
movie really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, and I watched the video again and such a fucking cool video. It's it's you've seen those music videos, right? Where it's like it's just chopped up
Yeah.
like scenes from the movie, but they
Hmm.
do it in a way where it's like when you watch the movie, like Kristen's reacting to something else that's happening, but in the
Yeah.
video, it's her shots of her reacting, but it's to the Dokken guitar player ripping that mean ass fucking solo on that kick ass skull guitar. I want that guitar so bad.
Oh, I bet. I bet you
Yeah,
have for a long time.
it's so good. I feel like that would be yeah, that'd be good. That'd be my main axe. Um, but yeah, geez, who else is in this movie? We've got, one thing that kind of separates this from, say, Friday the 13th is you get some like notable, maybe before they become notable, but you
Yeah.
have like notable actors in these. Of course,
Hmm.
you had Johnny Depp that was in the first one.
Hmm.
You've got Patricia Arquette, who is our kind of co-protagonist with Heather Langenkamp here playing
Hmm.
Kristen.
Yeah,
Um,
I will admit, Kristen is probably my least favorite thing about this movie.
Yeah, she's my least favorite of the kids,
Yeah.
probably, because she just has to be just kind of the traumatized one that
So
I
much
don't
screaming,
know.
that high-pitched scream that Patricia
Mm,
Arquette does. Like, this movie made me not want to like Patricia Arquette for a long time. And then I saw Stigmata and I really liked her in that.
yeah. She's in, I can't remember the name of the show. It's that weird sci-fi one with Adam Scott that's on Apple right now, but she's good in it.
Severance?
Yeah, that's it.
I
And
didn't know she
she
was in that.
and she is, the Arquette family is
Yeah.
royalty.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. No, I like her as a person and as an actress, but this character and her at this age, not a huge fan.
Yeah. So, shout out, at least, Patricia, David, Rosanna, Alexis, and the rest.
All of them.
Hell yeah. You also have a young Lawrence Fishburne, credited as
Yeah.
Larry Fishburne. Maybe just when
Yeah.
he became more of like an established like dramatic actor, he's like, nah, Lawrence is,
Yeah.
I hear that.
Yeah, I
But
kind of like that.
yeah. So, and then gosh, yeah, I don't know. Craig Wasson plays Dr. Gordon. We've got who plays fucking Dr. Sims. She's got very much
Ugh,
that vibe from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I forget the
that
name of
80s
that.
bitch face. Her name's Priscilla Pointer. Dang, she lived to be 100 years old.
Good for her.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in Carrie. That's why she looks familiar. Oh, she's also in Blue Velvet.
Damn.
And she's in the Twilight Zone movie.
Sounding like some industry legend
I
creds.
know. Wow. I did
Yeah.
not see that coming. But I know, like, her face seemed familiar. But sometimes, when you've seen a movie so many times since you were a kid, you think you've seen an actor or an actress in something in like a million things, but really it's just that one thing.
Yeah.
That's how I thought it was her. But no, yeah, she's in a lot of things.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm ready to hop into this movie. How about you?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
It opens with that Edgar Allan Poe quote, which I don't have
Mm,
in front of me, but
I
something
do.
like I hate sleep. It's
No, I
nothing
have
but
it.
oh, here, read it to me.
It's sleep. Those little slices of death, how I loathe them.
I mean, I guess I see why the kids would. I don't see why Edgar
Mhm.
Allan Poe would, because I certainly
Maybe
don't.
he has a lot of nightmares.
Maybe. Oh,
Yeah, I love sleep and I have nightmares every now and then, but still, like you honestly, if Freddy was like, "Hey, like I'm gonna kill you in your dreams," I'll be like, "All right, see you at 8:30."
yeah. we're introduced to Patricia Arquette's character, Kristen, in these opening credits in this really yeah, it's a real slog of an opening credits scene of just watching her just paper mache
Uh-huh.
this model house.
Love
Um,
it.
you have a child that's in elementary school.
Mhm.
Is paper macheing still a common artistic practice that children engage in?
Okay. I, as soon as I saw her doing the paper mache, that was my first thought too. I was like, whoa, does anyone still do paper mache? One, Phil had no idea what it was. I asked him. Two, I'm assuming that hasn't been going on for a while, right? And do you remember the smell? Like, I remember the smell and the texture of it, like all of it.
It's just glue and newspaper.
No,
And
it's not just glue. You mix it with flour and something else. Maybe it's flour, water, and Elmer's glue in a very specific order. I don't remember exactly, but there's flour involved and it has a real funky smell and a really weird texture. And I guess you have to use newspaper because it's thinner. But where the fuck does anybody get a newspaper?
maybe that's why, right? Because newspaper isn't as easy to come by these days, right?
Hmm.
And yeah, I mean, I was just thinking about it. It's just like it's just glue and flour and trash. And I'm
Yeah.
like, and I'm thinking like, was this just invented by some school teacher with no budget that was like,
Yeah.
okay, what do we
100% it was.
what do we do to keep children busy? Let me look around. Let's see what I've got. I've got a bag of flour, a thing of Elmer's glue, and then like a pile of like newspapers for like the town or for the class like rodent to pee on or something. And here you go, kids. Just glue some trash together.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put my head down and work on my
Yeah.
hangover.
Yeah. I I would bet there were a lot of like creepy kids who would make like their Halloween masks that way before like they were easily accessible like in a party city or something.
Maybe. Yeah. So we've got she's doing her, and then also I don't know why grown ass teenagers are doing this either. She's
To
just doing
keep
this like as
herself
a hobby.
awake?
Yeah,
Like what?
I guess so.
Do
And then
anything else?
yeah, I don't know. And then knowing that my dreams, or if she knows at this point that her dreams can like things in her life can then become like outsized in her dreams and such,
Hmm. Hmm.
whether it's a paper mache house or a random collection of fucking marionette puppets hanging by your bed. I just I would just get like an inventory of like what's around me when I fall asleep. And I'm just like, let's just I mean, I'm sure Freddy Krueger will find out a way to kill me with something.
I thought that was like Freddie's thing and her thing was bringing people into her dreams.
One more thing. Well, I'm talking about just paper macheing things that might kill you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's see. So we've got her mom. I guess it's like a single mom situation
Love
because
her mom.
yeah, the mom's pretty fun.
Very much vibes from the first movie for the
Yeah.
parents.
And it's established early on that Kristen's a Dokken fan, listening to not Dream Warriors, but another Dokken song
Hmm.
on the keep on saying the jukebox, but you know what I mean.
The boombox.
That's it. Stereo.
Sure.
I feel like a boombox needs to be
To be
like not
bigger,
yeah, just not just any ass stereo with some speakers can be a boombox. I feel like a boombox needs to be like a little
substantial.
more substantial, a little more
Hmm.
excessive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. She falls asleep and baby, we're back. We're back in dream mode.
Yeah, they go right into it.
Now, I like this dream sequence a lot. In particular,
Hmm.
I love this kid on a tricycle, right? And like I said, this she wakes up and she's outside of this house,
Hmm.
which is Nancy's house,
Hmm.
I think. The layout looks similar,
Yeah. Yeah, it's Nancy's old
and
house.
she follows this little blonde kid inside. Remember, little blonde kid with straight blonde hair,
Hmm.
because when fucking she gets picked up and fucking Kristen starts carrying her through the house, it's like
She's a doll.
clearly a doll with
Yeah.
very curly blonde hair. Like
Yeah.
not even
Yeah.
couldn't even find like the same fucking
Yeah.
wig or something close, right?
They couldn't even flat iron that hair, like give her a blowout.
Yeah. And then this is where she, first kind of finds Freddy because the little kid's just like, yeah, this is where he takes us.
Mhm.
Freddy's coming, etc., etc. I liked the room where she goes in and just finds like all like the hanging bodies of all the
Yes, I
children.
love the hanging bodies. That's really fun.
The only thing that would have made this part better, and I wonder, it'd be nice if someone made a cut of this, is the Dream Warriors video is essentially it all takes place essentially in this first
Hmm.
dream sequence.
Hmm.
So theoretically, without really losing anything, the second Patricia Arquette wakes up or well, not wakes up, but like, comes to the dream,
Yeah.
pause it, put on the Dream Warriors video, play that, and then stop it until like, and then go right to where she wakes up in the end. The Dream Warriors video is pretty funny because at the end it's Freddy that wakes up and he goes like, "Oh, what a nightmare!
Yeah.
Who are those guys?
Yeah. I remember
Oola
that.
oola oola oola."
Love it.
As you know, um, she wakes up, famous fucking dream within a dream situation where she goes to her bathroom and then like it's Freddy like I don't know I couldn't exactly so he uses like the knob on
Yeah.
the bathroom sink to
Yeah,
like
it's like one
become.
of the knobs that are like kind of like a cross almost.
Yeah, but they become
Yeah,
like little, like almost like Mickey Mouse hands,
I love it.
with a blade in the middle.
Mhm.
And then cuts her wrist. She wakes up
Mhm.
because her mom comes to the bathroom where she is, or where she made her way somehow.
Mhm.
And then is just like, you're doing it again, I guess
Yeah.
there was some sort of we don't learn a lot about how like the relationship is with Kristen and her
Hmm.
mother. I know that I guess something was going on that Kristen, having troubles with like dreams and such, but maybe
Well,
not
her
trying to kill herself.
they give us a little bit of backstory for Kristen later on where they explain that her dad was really important to her and she said she used to go into his dreams and then at some point dad was gone. So I'm assuming he passed away and then mom did the classic Springwood parent thing and just decided she's like, well, I gotta go find me a man.
And one thing that's going to get in the way of that is this crazy ass fucking kid. So I'm going to send her right to a behavioral health hospital.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. And then we
Cock
cut.
block.
Yeah. And then we cut to here, which basically our entire movie takes place in this hospital, with the exception of a bar and a junkyard for a little
And
bit.
the graveyard, you get to see that a couple times.
Yeah, there are a couple
Just so
funerals.
many funerals.
In Nightmare on Elm Street movies in particular, they have to cut to a
Hmm.
funeral. It's
Always.
like that, and then like often in like Final Destination movies, there's always like a
Yeah, they
funeral
love a
scene too.
funeral. Hmm.
Yeah. So we were introduced to Lawrence Fishburne, who plays Max, who's one of the assistants. He's listening on the radio that there's news that apparently lots of kids have been dying by suicide, or at least have been found attempting, to die
Hmm.
by suicide, and then now are all ending up in this local behavioral health hospital, which can't be too far from town, I don't think,
No,
right?
the
So
outskirts.
our main doctors here, or at least I think the only doctors we see, are Dr.
Yeah.
Gordon and Dr.
Hmm.
Sims.
Ugh.
And Sims informs Gordon that they've brought in a new grad student to help out, a real hot shot superstar, as they
Yeah.
say, who knows a thing or two about nightmares.
And
Well,
also, like, just to get this out of the way, because it does drive me a little bit crazy.
mhm.
The timeline on this is a little wonky because if I remember correctly, we jumped ahead in Nightmare on Elm Street 2. How
Five,
far?
5?
Okay. So in Nightmare on Elm Street, they mentioned that Tina's 15. So presumably Nancy would also be 15, which would put her at 19 in the second one. So this would be taking place, I'm not sure when. She said something similar happened to her 5 years ago at some point in the movie, which would put her at 20 to 21, which would be a little bit young for grad school. But since they said she was a hot shot, maybe Nancy graduated early. I don't know, but I I struggle with what her age is supposed to be in this movie, especially because the doctor is like totally trying to mac on her, and he is definitely much older.
Oh, definitely. And I don't think the age gap would stop him. I don't
No,
think.
not at all. I'm just curious. Like, I'm like, what's her max age here? Like 23, 24,
That'd be my guess.
right? Okay. That was all. I just had to get that out.
Yeah. We find out that Kristen is a new patient and is fighting back hard against being sedated.
Mhm.
Putting up a pretty good fight too, to be
Oh my gosh.
honest.
I love when she throws things. I don't like the screaming, but I like the throwing of things.
And kicking Dr. Gordon right in the dick.
Yes. And she grabs the scalpel. Like, she's ready to fucking cut someone.
Oh, 100%. So
She's like, you know what Freddie taught me?
she backs herself into the corner and starts doing the Freddy Krueger rhyme, right? But like starts like
Mhm.
right in the middle, you know,
Yeah.
like 7, 8, better stay up late or something like that.
Yeah. Like, girl,
Um,
give us the whole story.
yeah. And then because she only gets a line or two in until Nancy, fucking hero's entrance comes in
Yeah.
and, golf clap for Nancy and comes in and finishes it. And she's like,
hmm
where the fuck did you learn that?
Yeah.
And just fucking Kristen just comes in just to embrace her. She's like, all right, fine. You're not going to sedate me, right? You sound like you might
Yeah.
understand what the fuck I'm freaking out about. Um, but yeah, like later, Gordon's explaining to Nancy that all the recent patients are all trying to avoid sleeping.
Mhm.
Or, he's saying there's like, insomnia, narcolepsy. He mentions
hmm
bedwetting too, which I was
hmm
like, I wonder if like Freddy Krueger is just such a fucking asshole where he comes in, does this whole fucking dream thing, doesn't kill anybody, but like puts like like a bowl of warm water next to their bed and like puts their hand in, like his, I guess they would do that at summer camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Um,
like, just for shits and giggles.
yeah, let them wake up in their own fucking piss.
hmm That's good. That's a good Freddy laugh.
Thank you. So what was I going to say? And then also they're all claiming to have this shared boogeyman that they're all seeing, right?
hmm
And of course, like Natalie, we've done this dance enough times. We
We
know.
know.
We know. And I yeah, I would say I appreciate that there's a lot more kids that are involved and on board with what's going on because nothing
hmm
drives me crazier than um getting like into like the third, fourth, fifth entry of a movie, and you still have like a main character you're following who's like, you got to explain everything to them, and they have
Yeah.
to do their like, I don't know, are you sure this sounds crazy? And blah blah
Yeah.
blah. You're
Yeah.
like, all right, let's go. This we've only got an hour 30 here. Come on.
hmm It makes sense that the doctors wouldn't be on board, although they are very much 80s doctors. Like the
They're not good
blame,
doctors. Yeah.
like the things that they say about, like, we'll get there, but like the things that they say in terms of like suicide,
Yeah.
it's wild. So yeah, like they're very much 80s doctors, but yeah, it makes sense that they wouldn't be on board. So it's nice that they have one adult in Nancy that's already on board, and all the kids are like, yeah, no, like we've discussed this, and this is the same fucking guy haunting us in our dreams. This doesn't just happen. This isn't mass hysteria.
Now, Freddy doesn't, I guess, well, clearly Freddy does not just go after kids.
Mhm.
Because he does kill an adult in this movie, well, two, technically. But I guess I was wondering when, I guess, turning 18 does not help Nancy, like being an adult. Like Freddy, as long as you are
Mm,
the child of, or in my way, I guess,
yeah.
then it's all kind of fair game for Freddy Krueger.
And she slowed him down. So knowing Freddy, like he's already a fucking vengeful bastard. Like he's probably looking at Nancy like, "Oh girl, I've been waiting for you to get off that hypnosil. Like just waiting for you to miss one fucking day." Like he's just fucking around killing other kids while he's waiting for her to come back. So I just I don't think it matters. She could be 90 and he probably still went for it. Like he would go for it.
And speaking of Hypnosil too, like, as she's trying to leave, that bottle of Hypnosil falls out of her
Mhm.
purse. Dr. Gordon, really having no boundaries, picks it up and just starts reading.
No.
Oh, what is this? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, like I'm like, bro, like don't even touch it, number one. But like if you're gonna pick it up, just hand it to her. Don't even look down. Don't
Yeah.
touch people's prescriptions. You might not want to know what people's prescriptions are.
Also, Dr. Gordon is also seeing visions of a nun dressed in white. Why?
This okay, if you if you ever saw a person or a figure that seemed out of place, like the nun in this like what it was like a college, the hospital, whatever it is. It's a hospital. Like you see this nun and you've never seen a nun there before and you've worked there for presumably a long time and no one else notices her or talks about her, you're definitely seeing a fucking ghost. Like don't even question it. No one else sees her. She's here for you. It's weird. It is weird that she goes for him though.
Yeah, like why him?
Yeah, because he's kind of just meh.
Like I would have thought that I thought she would have maybe like started talking to Nancy, or
Yeah.
if it was this nun that Nancy was like seeing in her dreams that compelled her to get an internship at that hospital, or something to
Or
kind of
just
clean that up a bit. I
or if
don't
they
know.
both were seeing the nun and didn't realize and they're like, "Oh shit, like I've seen her too." You
Yeah.
know.
So
Network. Networking nun.
Nancy gets introduced by a couple of the clients there. Philip, who he's okay. He's the one with the
He didn't
marionette
last long.
puppets. Yeah. Okay. And
Yeah.
then Kincaid, who, man, you really think he's gonna die this whole movie. Like,
And
one,
should
because
have. Our survivors
unfortunately,
will get there, but
yeah, because one,
mm-mm,
unfortunately, usually, black characters were dying
mm.
pretty quick, pretty early in those slasher movies. And then two, he's just such an asshole to everybody.
Yes,
And
the one who's the asshole to everybody usually doesn't make it.
yeah, or at least like, and or yeah, not only does he not make it, but then usually he dies in some like pretty elaborate, fun way or something,
Yeah.
you know. But we're also introduced to Joey, who I think I saw a teardrop tattoo,
He doesn't have
but
a teardrop tattoo.
I swear in that first scene, but you never see it again.
Maybe he like drew it on his face.
Maybe to look tough, but he's not
Hmm.
speaking. That's his thing.
Yeah. I
Um,
don't think he can.
he can't.
Yeah.
Right. So Nancy also goes to meet Kristen's mom at her house to collect her things and maybe try to get some answers. And then this is when she goes up to Kristen's room and finds that
Mhm.
papier-mâché model of Nancy's house, which Nancy realizes in her room. Fucking spooky, right? I'd be like,
That would be
Nancy.
very spooky.
I was
Yeah.
like, Nancy should know immediately, like, oh, okay, yep, this is
Yep.
Freddy
This is a
Krueger.
Freddy situation. Yep.
Yep, we're back. And meanwhile, Gordon's doing some snooping on his own, trying to figure out what Hypnosil does, which really
Hmm.
it's just a dream suppressant.
And it seems like he should already know what that is, considering his field of work. If it's an
Right.
experimental drug that's like kind of coming up in the world of medicine, he should know,
Agreed. Um, but nobody's perfect.
especially him.
We also have another dream sequence with Kristen at the hospital where
Mhm.
she makes her way back into that paper mache Nancy house.
Yeah.
Um,
She loves that house.
love the rotted pig squealing at her on the
Oh my
table.
gosh, I love it. The effect's really good, but it also like does it kind of spooks you.
Yeah. And then Freddy Krueger is this giant snake. Like I said, I love how they give everything like kind of like a little bit of a Freddy face,
Yeah.
when he's something like, because that looked fucking great too. This like giant
Yeah.
ass fucking demon snake thing that starts eating her. And then we find out that Kristen has this power where she can pull other people into her dreams.
I'd be so pissed if she pulled me into her Freddy dream or her Freddy nightmare. I'd be like, girl,
I don't like that
if
fucking
if
power one bit.
if he doesn't get you, guess who will? It's gonna be
Yeah.
me.
The second you wake up, it's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
be me
coming
with a
for you.
pillow. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so she screams for Nancy because she's like, Nancy's the only person that wasn't trying to sedate me and seemed like
hmm
maybe could, agree with me a little bit. So she pulls Nancy right into the dream. Nancy's like, what the fuck? Starts, but then, just goes into hero mode, grabs, a shard of
Yeah,
glass, starts stabbing the fuck out of this thing. And
love
then,
it.
yeah, dude, the Freddy snake pulls back, looks right at her and goes, you.
Oh, I love it.
And Nancy's like, fuck, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Freddy's already as like the most terrible thing, but imagine if he had like a vendetta.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Mm-mm.
I mean, more so than the vendetta he's like already got, right?
Yeah, now he's got a
Um,
double vendetta.
so they're able to get away, and then, Nancy goes to find Kristen in, real life, in awake life, at the hospital,
Mhm.
and is just like, first of all, why the fuck did you make my house out of paper mache? Two, how the fuck did you pull me into that dream?
Mhm.
So later on, we're gonna have the first of many kind of group therapy sessions
Mhm.
with these kids. Of course, therapy sessions are the attendance is going to get lighter and lighter as we go, unfortunately.
Everyone's gonna
But
have a little bit more space to talk.
a little bit, yeah. Yeah, it's like everyone starts with straight talk, okay? Like
Straight talk only.
straight talk only. And this is where we're introduced to all of the kids in a more formal way. So,
Mhm.
Philip and Kincaid, who I'd mentioned, Joey, who we learn doesn't speak and has been
Mhm.
mute ever since something that happened in a dream. There's connected to a
Mhm.
dream, or that we know is connected to Freddy and why
Mhm.
he's here.
Something traumatic.
Right. We also have Will, who, I guess like jumped off something, I don't know, or like something in his dreams that like he jumped off a high ledge and
It was, yeah, like they think a suicide attempt
right. And then
and
so he doesn't have
lost
the
his
use of his
leg.
legs. Yeah.
Brutal.
So yeah, so he is confined to a wheelchair for most of this movie. Those two are the only ones that I think have some sort of like like physical, you know, kind of perceived limitation based off some
Yeah.
encounter with Freddy.
hmm
The rest, not so much, like Philip and Kincaid. We also have Jennifer, who we know
hmm
wants to be an actress. Good for her.
She
And
burns
then,
herself with cigarettes.
yeah, to keep herself awake.
hmm
Yeah. And then we've got Taryn, um, who had some sort of substance use addiction,
hmm
some sort of like a intravenous needle use drug that
hmm
she was using. I think it's supposed to be heroin. I'm not sure.
Probably. I'm sure
Yeah,
that seems heavily implied.
yeah. The kids are all pretty like, no, there it's a fucking boogeyman in our dreams, and we've been
hmm
already like some of them already like making plans on how to stay awake and do this and this and this. Dr. Sims being fucking shitty is just like
She's the worst.
they're like, it's your guilt. Be like, yeah, I figured somehow it'd be my fault, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then also it's like something like, yeah, and also your overt sexuality, which I'm like, where's that
What?
coming from?
Yeah.
But I did
It's
like
a
where
very sexless movie.
yeah, but I did like where Kincaid was just like, oh geez, now my fucking dick's trying to kill me. I thought that was pretty good.
It was funny, yeah.
But yeah, so no one's buying the shit from Dr. Sims. But I generally I like all these kids except for Kristen's fine.
Kristen's fine, and I think
Joey's whatever because he doesn't talk
Joey
much and
doesn't talk, so like it's hard to really have any attachment to him because his only like real, I don't know, character development, I guess, is that he has a crush on the hot nurse and he can't speak. That's all we know. We don't learn anything else.
But I do, like I said earlier, I like the idea of, a larger group of kids being kind of
Hmm.
involved in the action rather than, you know, like say the first movie, it's really just Nancy and
Yeah.
nobody else
They don't believe her
even
before they
even
die.
believes anything's going on until really the entire movie.
Yeah.
So, and then kind of the same with Freddy's Revenge, right? It was like this
Hmm.
main two, and then that was really kind of it.
Yeah.
I guess until Freddy started, until Freddy showed up at the pool party, I suppose.
Yeah. But I think what makes this one unique is that you have a few people that Freddy is frequenting their dreams rather than, and you get to like hear more about it than just like really quick in passing the way like Tina and Nancy had discussed it, and then Rod like barely starts saying anything before he dies. So I like that you get a little bit more of that concept of Freddy not just killing you the first time he's in your dream. Like he's actively making cameos and fucking with you before he kills you.
Making you wet the bed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, um, later that night, where it lights out, and like I said, we find that the kids or at least Will and Joey at least seem to have a plan of like, hey, we're gonna sleep in shifts.
Yeah,
Like,
super smart. I love that for them.
Nancy goes out to dinner with Gordon and explains a little bit of her family history, that her
Hmm.
mom's dead. Um, the dad is out of the picture a little bit, hasn't seen him. Relationship's not great. But really cuts to the chase and says, like, hey, these kids are in danger and they need Hypnosil. They need this which I guess is at that point like a not an FDA approved situation or like an
Hmm.
experimental drug. Um,
Just
and
keeps
and
you from dreaming.
and to Dr. Gordon's credit, he's like, look, I'm not gonna just like blindly start just prescribing this experimental drug to all of these children that
Hmm.
already are experiencing possibly some psychosis. I don't know. Um, but however, at the same time, like his whole main thing is like, dream deprivation. That's serious. And I'm like,
Is
is
it?
is it?
I'm like, you're trying to like you're kind of sweet on her. Like just give the kids the Hypnosil. It's fine.
Yeah, like if you don't dream, or it's like, or I don't know if the rule is like everyone dreams, it's just whether you remember it or not kind of situation.
I've read that everyone dreams, but not everyone remembers them.
Okay, maybe that's
Yeah.
it. So that would be fucking cool if you have this whole dream sequence with Freddy Krueger and then you like don't even remember it. You're like, I don't know, did he show up? I don't know. What's
Yeah,
this
you're like,
about?
I'm alive, so I
Yeah,
got a tear in my pajamas.
right. So back at the hospital, we've got our first death, which is going to be Philip.
Mhm.
So, you know how I was saying how Will and Joey have this plan to like, hey, we're
Uh-huh.
just gonna watch each other sleep, go back and forth.
The only ones who are smart enough to do that.
They're the only ones planning that out because
They're like,
clearly,
share that plan, guys. What are you
yeah,
doing?
Kincaid does not give a shit because Philip, well, first you see this great part with the ventriloquist, or sorry, I keep saying ventriloquist, but they're marionette puppets.
Yeah.
Sorry. Um, and I'm sorry, was it established that like is marionette puppetry like Philip's thing?
Yeah, he has a bunch of them hanging on the walls when Nancy meets him.
Right, but he can't use like a knife to carve or do other stuff because they
Yeah, so
think he'll
he
hurt
makes
himself.
those instead.
Got it. I
Hmm.
guess so.
Yeah.
But I
I
do
would
like
rather not make anything than make those. They would scare me in the night.
I like when the puppet's face turns into Freddy's
Ah,
and
I
then
love that.
I wanted more of a little Freddy puppet running around.
Yes, it'd be very like Puppet Master meets A Nightmare on Elm Street.
100%. A little bit of
Mhm.
child's play just
With
with
his
that pitter
his
patter.
little mini claws, little mini glove. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, wouldn't that be so cute? Little baby
Um,
Freddy.
I want a little baby Freddy. So, um, gosh, where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. This is pretty fucked up, but I think it's pretty cool. I like
It's
this
very
sequence.
cool.
Uh,
It's really cool. The practical effects in this movie all around are really good, but this one I think is especially fun.
when he fucking slices Philip's like arms and legs open and like
Ooh.
pulls out the like the
Yeah.
veins and like uses them as a marionette puppet walk,
Yeah.
and it's so funny him like getting up and like walking because they also established
Hmm.
that Philip is a sleepwalker too.
But like, had anyone seen him sleepwalking in that position before, I'd be a little concerned with the upward arms. Like that feels odd.
Yeah, like he to get a visual, it's like he walks like Frankenstein famously kind of walks with his arms straight out, but
But
like he
they're like
turns them
upside
upside down.
down.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Uh,
yeah.
and so Kincaid notices and he's like, go fucking whatever, weirdo. It's
Yeah.
nothing to consider here. I'm just gonna go
Yeah, I'm
ahead
just gonna
and
go back to sleep.
go right back to go right back to sleep,
Go right back to Freddy Land.
right? Or maybe I would think if I was Kincaid, I'd be like, oh, okay, Freddy's got him. That means I can get a good night's sleep because at least I know Freddy's busy,
No,
right?
that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, because we know there's only one Freddy, so he can only haunt so many kids at once until they start merging dreams and make it look
Right.
easier for him, really.
And then fucking none of the hospital staff knows, and he walks all the way over to this
Yeah.
what we learned is an abandoned wing of this hospital.
Hmm.
Goes right up to the bell tower or belfry or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
this is.
Something that's open. Like, how did he even get in there?
Yeah.
They shouldn't have access to places like that.
And yeah, and then make when it looks like, he just gets to the top and jumps to his death. However, like
Love that fun shot of Freddy.
I love that shot. I think people say that shot's really corny, but like no,
Oh my
him
God,
just
it's so good.
superimposed pulling the like strings and like making him dance and then
Hmm.
just dropping him off as everyone else is now awake, realizing that Philip's gone and looking
Hmm.
through the window and watching him fall to his death.
Oof.
Ugh, goodbye, Philip.
Yeah. Peace out,
Yeah.
Philip.
Sorry, buddy. But I mean, shit, if you ask, the next day at group therapy, um, you've got Kincaid being like, I don't know, dude, bro just couldn't cut it. Sorry. Sucks.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? He can go fuck himself if he's gonna do
Yeah.
that.
Um, and I like that like Dr. Sims is there too, and I think Dr. Gordon. And I would really pull Nancy aside and talk to her because, Kristen's just like, oh no, it's Freddie or something, or like it's more to it than this and this and this. And Nancy's
Mhm.
like, yep, you're absolutely right. Keep going, keep going. And
Yeah.
then if I was like a doctor and my intern was just encouraging that, I'd be like, whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah, I'd be like,
whoa.
maybe you shouldn't be at the group yet.
Yeah, how about maybe you observe for a little bit longer and
Hmm.
don't talk, and then we can just debrief afterwards. But
Yeah.
but then of course, everything is coupled with, especially with Dr. Gordon, where he's like, whoa, whoa, maybe we shouldn't encourage this. However, what your friend did was selfish and weak and awful.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh. They were like, what a fucking coward. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
Whoa. And so I'm just like, dude, Gordon and Sims are just so fucking awful at their jobs. This is
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
But
I feel like that was like the rhetoric though about like suicide
yeah,
then. Like it was very much like what a selfish thing to do. Um, instead of acknowledging the pain of it all. But yeah, that feels pretty. This is 1987.
Dr. Gordon's just like, oh, how selfish. We could have kept, billing and milking that family and their health
Yeah,
insurance
sedating that kid
for a
time and time again.
residential behavioral health hospital.
Oof.
Oh man, you think how much that shit costs
Oh my
even in the
gosh.
80s? So,
Yeah.
um, and also this third thing where Gordon also wants to get in Nancy's pants. So he's like, you know what? By the way, fuck it. Let's just try hypnosil. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
just try it out. I don't know why, but you know what? Maybe I've seen
Just
enough.
something inspired me.
Right. Um, and of course, I think what happened, Kincaid again was, being an asshole and then had kind of an outburst. And even Dr. Sims is just like, all right, fine, whatever. We can do the hypnosil, but that's all on you, Dr. Gordon, if shit goes
Hmm.
bad. However, everyone's on lockdown and fucking Kincaid gets put in solitary confinement,
Oh, yeah.
which is rough. Um, so that night, like I said, Kincaid's in solitary. Um, one of the, it was, if he's a nurse or just like an assistant or something, I don't know, but this guy that's just being a real fucking molesting pervert creep towards
Oh yeah,
Taryn.
that guy.
I'm,
He's like, "You want drugs, girl?"
and that's kind of the last you see of him, I think.
Yeah.
Like he, I was like, come on, how come he can die or he can't die?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So, um, and Jennifer, even though, like I said, everyone was supposed to be on lockdown, Jennifer's in the TV room,
Hmm.
watching TV, just
Yeah, I
trying to
don't
stay
really learn
awake.
much about Jennifer other than she wants to be an actress. She's the other one that I'm like, mm,
Yeah. I mean,
character wise, meh, kill wise, yeah.
well, and that's the thing, because the kill is probably one of the most infamous kills, probably in the entire
Hmm.
series.
Oh yeah.
Where you've got what's his like Dick Cavett and like is it Zsa Gabor?
Zsa Zsa Gabor, yeah.
Yeah. That's fun that they just agreed to like be in the movie.
I know, I love it. And then Freddie just, who gives a fuck what you think?
Yeah.
I love him.
Um, and then, is it silly the whole thing? Like, I think he could have even just left it with, now it's time for you to make your big break, and then smashes her
That's
into the
true.
TV. But and I wonder, I don't know, for some reason maybe I'm thinking maybe Robert Englund added the primetime bitch thing, but or maybe someone else did, I forget. But I think there is this like axis of like when the movies finally jumped into silly category, and it's probably that
Hmm.
line, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
When
And
he goes,
that
"What?"
kill, really.
Yeah, but it looks cool when like
Oh,
the
it's
arms
so
pop
good.
out,
Mhm.
and when it's weird that like some other movie, maybe it was another nightmare movie where he is like his head is coming out of a television, but it's like almost like he's like it's like trying to burst out of a balloon or a condom or something. You know what I mean? This like latex top where he's like bursting out. But
Mm,
I've got a little pin, like a little acrylic or, like a lapel pin,
yeah,
that has
I've
like the
seen it.
TV in his head. It's
Hmm.
pretty cute. But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel bad for Lawrence Fishburne a little bit just because he was like, hey, you need to go to bed or you need to go into your room. And she was like, come on, please let me stay for a little bit. And he's like, all right, fine, maybe just a little
Oh,
bit. And then to come back and be like, fuck.
I'd feel so bad.
Yeah, whoops.
Damn. Because you could tell he actually like cares about these kids.
Yeah, I would have liked to see more of him in the third act too.
Yeah, I agree.
I think all of the hospital staff outside of like, yeah, Sims and Gordon,
Hmm.
you don't get anybody else anymore, I don't think.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, but so fuck, we got two deaths real quick.
And both pretty good ones. And it really introduces this version of Freddy where he takes something that they love, like part of their like hopes and dreams, and turns it into a fun way to fuck with them and kill them.
Yeah, it's especially pretty fucked up, but pretty
Yeah.
fun
Oh
and
yeah,
mean.
absolutely. Yeah. He is a mean motherfucker.
Um, so the next day we are at either Jennifer's or Philip's funeral. We're not sure.
Both.
Both.
Oh, it's like the girls in Final Destination that die in the tanning bed. They do
Yeah,
the together funeral.
right. But I only saw one casket though, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Gordon gets visited by the ghost nun again and, says some cryptic shit, et cetera, et
Mhm.
cetera. Nancy finds him, says, like, who are you talking to? And he turns around and she's gone.
Yeah, you're seeing a ghost. Red flags.
Right. Um, Nancy, they go have dinner at her place. And then I'm just
Mhm.
like, what is like, I don't know if maybe somewhere
Is
there's
that
like
a
some cut
date?
scenes where there's more of a romantic relationship between them. But
Yeah.
or maybe they did and realize like, we don't need this. Let's fucking get rid of this. Because I'm not feeling it, and
Yeah,
I
but there
really,
was there was important dialogue, so they had to leave like part of the scenes in.
yeah, I guess I just wonder like why even have Dr. Gordon? I mean, if you're already gonna believe that Nancy is this like behavioral health professional, like
Hmm.
just jump it up a few more years in the future and like she like works there and
Yeah.
she's the one seeing the visions of the nun and she's the
Hmm.
one that realizes, she needs to do whatever she needs to do to stop Freddy and like the whole Dr. Gordon character is just so unnecessary, I think.
Yeah. And
Um
it it feels like they're trying to make him important, but he's very much not.
and the especially because of the only scene too, it's like yeah, or at least I really think that it would give an opportunity to flesh out a little bit about that relationship between Nancy and her dad.
Hmm.
Because they only get that one, there's a couple lines together in the bar, and that's
Yeah.
it,
Yeah,
technically,
which is a
between,
bummer.
right? So let's see. Gordon's just confused and upset by this whole thing, but Nancy, is just like, hey, if you really want me to spill the fucking beans, like, hey, you just need to listen to me
Yeah. Just
and I'll
be
tell you what's
be
going on.
open.
Um, the next day, Nancy and Gordon hold another group session with the kids. And, now who's left here? We've got Kristen, we got Kincaid, we've got Joey, we've got Will and Taryn. Those are
Hmm.
our five kids left. Um, Nancy's like, all right, everybody, I'm just gonna fucking cut to the chase here. I'm gonna tell you all about Freddy Krueger and
Yeah.
what's going on with all of your fucking dreams. And the other doctors are just gonna fucking allow this to happen. And
Well, this
so,
is this the group that Sims is not at? It's just Gordon and Nancy.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they start having some unofficial ones without Dr.
Hmm.
Sims.
Hmm.
So not only is Freddy Krueger coming after you all in your dreams, but the reason he's doing so is that this group is allegedly the last remaining living Elm Street children.
Hmm.
Um, However, also by the way, you all got superpowers too. Try them out. What's your power? Tell me. Because and I like the idea of not leveling the playing field necessarily because Freddy, you're still in Freddy's domain, but
Yeah.
um because what was it in the last one? Didn't he have some like special power in the last one? Or no, or like
Who,
Freddy
Jesse?
or no, yeah, they were yeah, Jesse or maybe I'm sorry, I can't talk. I know this is only a month ago, but and I've seen these movies a million times, but the angle is that Freddy can possess someone and then use him as a avenue to get into the real world.
Hmm.
The new twist they're adding here, which I don't know how much it gets explored later on in other movies, is that hey, if Freddy can do a bunch of shit in dreams, why can't you? Go for it. Tell me what
Yeah.
your situation is. And, Kristen's like, hey, watch me do some fucking acrobatic fucking kicking and
Yeah.
shit. Even though I'm like, hey, we already demonstrated she's a pretty good fighter already. I don't I mean the
Yeah.
backflips might help, but seem a little more
Yeah.
distracting than anything else.
Yeah, they're just more flashy, like Power Rangers kind of shit.
Yeah. Um, I'm glad Will added the wizard stuff because he was like, my power is I can walk. And I'm like, well,
Everyone else can too.
great. That's great. However, um, you might need something a little bit extra. So he's like, but I'm like
Wizard
the,
Master.
the wizard master that does this and this and this. Um, Taryn, just gets like a fuck ton of like hair paste to make a giant ass
Yeah, she
mohawk
gets a makeover and two switchblades.
and two switchblades. So she's like, yeah, what was her thing? She was like,
I'm beautiful.
I'm
And
beautiful
bad.
and bad. And to which I'm like, oh, yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
And then who am I thinking? Oh, Kincaid, right? And Kincaid's just like, and I'm super strong. Watch this chair. Let me ruin this chair. Here you go. Demonstrate that.
Let me ruin this chair. They all wake up and they're like, damn, the chair really did get ruined. We
So
got a tight budget.
yeah. So Gordon goes, great. let's put you all to sleep now and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's try this out.
We talked about
Uh,
this for 2 minutes.
yeah. He goes like, "Hey, I need you to like really deep relax, feel it, starting in your toes." To which I'm like, "You gonna say that in front of Will?"
I had never thought about that. I'm sorry.
Oh wait.
That was good. Joey's gone.
Yeah, and while everyone's demonstrating their powers, and don't get me wrong, 'cause Joey's quiet, right? Um, they didn't realize fucking Joey's gone.
Oh, Joey.
So, he
Or
is led out into the hallway, by this nurse that he has a crush on. Again, we've demonstrated this. Do not,
mm,
don't care how lovely she may look and how nice she may seem. Do not let anyone lure you out.
no.
The challenge is that you would think like, oh, this is clearly a dream, but also it's demonstrated with the other staff member that no, the staff will sexually assault the clients,
Yeah.
right? So it's not like it's even out of the realm of possibility for Joey to be like, oh fuck, now it's my
My
turn.
turn.
Uh, so, and then and then that's that whole thing of like, oh, well, maybe it's sexy because of the
The
gender
gender.
reversal or
Hmm.
whatever. But I'm like, nope, she is still a professional and an adult, and you are a child, and
Uh-huh.
it's like that whole like shitty thing when like, it's like, oh, if it's like a hot female teacher hitting on you, then it's like,
Yeah.
whoa, cool, bro. But like, nope.
No.
Nope,
It's
dangerous. She is creepy and a pervert, and no, thank you.
But at least this nurse is not really a creepy pervert. It's just Freddie's version of her that is.
And Freddy is a creepy pervert, so
Yes, he is.
yeah. Um, and then you've got this dream sequence, where yeah, you find out that like Freddy doesn't actually kill Joey here,
Hmm.
um, but Joey's put into a coma.
Hmm. But you get
So
nudity, which might be the only time you see tits in a Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
yet,
Yeah,
but
yet.
without spoiling anything,
Yes, yes.
right? Um, maybe with Joey too. I'll cut that out so I don't spoil anything. Um, so once the rest of the group realizes that Joey's gone, they try to get out, but the room starts deteriorating and breaking around them and catching fire and shit.
Hmm.
I guess thankfully Dr. Sims comes in, opens the door, and
Yeah,
it is pretty cool, like watching like all that chaos happen around them in this room, and then the
yeah.
door open and Dr. Sims just sees them all just asleep in their chairs, and she's
Yeah,
like,
that's
"What?"
super fun.
Yeah, she's like, "What the fuck is going on in here?" And like,
Yeah.
and then wakes them all up to save them. Um, the hospital bosses come in right after, and they're just like, "Hey, Dr. Gordon, you're fired. You,
Yeah. Joey's in
we've
a coma because of you.
we've got two dead kids and one in a coma. We should probably take a
Yeah.
pause on this." To be fair, I remember when he's leaving, and he's got his like box of like all of his stuff, and he's like loading the car, and then he has like these random pictures of like him with like Philip and like some of the other like kids like all like at
Yeah,
a
you're like,
picnic
what?
together, and you're like,
Yeah. What?
what is this relationship? How
Yeah.
long have these kids all been here?
Yeah.
You know?
Truly.
Yeah. So, but before he leaves, he looks up to the tower where Philip jumped out of and then sees that nun in white.
Again.
I know. So he goes up there to follow. And then the ghost nun basically is just like, all right, now you're here. This is where everything happened, and I'm going to explain the score pretty much.
Hmm.
And then this is where we get the some backstory and an origin of Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Um, any thoughts on this? The idea that there was a patient, presumably, that was, I guess, or a staff member that was sexually assaulted or something by like a
Mhm.
thousand maniacs, as she says. Um,
100.
100 maniacs. Sorry. I'm thinking of that band, 10,000 Maniacs.
Yeah.
That's not my fault.
It was only 100 Maniacs, she said.
So
Only
I
100.
so I don't know the band 10,000 Maniacs that well, but I wonder if they were just like watching Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and they're like, man, what's even more hardcore than 100? And then someone was like 1,000 and everyone's like, bro, you're aiming too low. Come on, let's
Yeah,
go for the
like
stars. 10,000. Or someone goes 100,000. You're like, bro, how's that even possible? Come on.
yeah.
100,000. Let's find a good middle.
Reel it in.
10,000 Maniacs. Um so and then she shares, yeah, I mean, actually, before we get into that, like, I don't know if I need any of this. You could cut out
No.
all the Ghost Nun, and again, cut out the Ghost Nun, and you can cut out Dr. Gordon.
You
And
could, I think you could keep the ghost nun, but have her purpose just to be laying Freddy to rest, like, the task at hand to bring him down. I think she could have been plenty informative with that. And she still could have been, a ghost and been relevant, to something, or maybe he sees her like picture on the wall, like from a long time ago or something, instead of it being, Amanda Kruger. But the story, I think, kind of spoils some of the mystery of Freddy and what I thought was fun about him, like up to this point. Like, I like to think of him as just some like sick fuck that was in the suburbs and just decided, like, I'm gonna murder some kids. Like, that's all I needed from his backstory. I didn't need all this. Because then it just, I don't know, it just complicates things in a way that didn't need complicating. Like, did anybody really need that backstory?
yeah, it's like trying, like, I don't want to say it like helps like sympathize with him, but like giving this kind of like, you know, well, there's got to be a reason why. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, and then this story of like, oh, well, of course it's, you know, and just somehow has to involve, you know, sexual assault against a woman. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And
Who ends up becoming a nun.
yeah, and then just like the birth of evil or something. It's pretty convoluted and not my favorite part.
Yeah.
And
It's just so unnecessary. I think not knowing why Freddie was the way he was living, like when he was still alive, I think makes him scarier. Like, why do we need a reason?
yeah, and then also, I don't, this is like a dumb gripe, but Amanda Kruger, I don't know, come up with an old, like more old-timey woman's
Yeah,
name.
I
Amanda
agree.
seems so like, I don't know,
Current.
current, right?
Yeah.
Or at least 80s,
Yeah.
right? At the time, or it was current for the movie, right?
Hmm.
Um, well, here's hoping that we don't have to explore any more about Freddy's parents, um, for any future movies, huh?
Here's hoping.
Yeah. But she does share a very important bit is that to really end this, um, you need to find his remains, Freddy's remains, and bury them in hollowed ground. Because
Hmm.
currently they're not. So,
Yeah.
gosh, they even put fucking Jason Voorhees in a graveyard,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, but I mean, Freddie's
Look how that worked out.
murder was a secret.
True. Gosh, I would think by that point, gosh, you couldn't find just someone else just to pin like the Freddy Krueger murder on, and be like, I don't know, yeah, just be like, I don't know if 1,000 maniacs ran through. I don't know what happened. That seems to be a believable story.
Yeah.
This nun promptly disappears after sharing,
Mhm.
like, okay, here's what you need to do. Bury him in
Definitely not a
hollowed ground.
ghost.
Definitely not a ghost. Um, Meanwhile, Nancy, who is looking over Joey's in a coma, is just like, give him back, you fucking asshole, to Freddy. And then Freddy carves right into Joey's
Love
chest and
that.
stomach. You know, what does she say? Like, come for him, bitch, or
Yeah,
come and get
come
him,
and get him,
bitch.
bitch.
Yeah.
I love that. I love his usage of the word bitch so much. Like, it, and the reason why is because it just makes him so much worse. Like, so much
I
worse.
I think it would have been funnier if And I think a pretty good beat that I don't think would really sacrifice too much of any of the seriousness of this movie, if there is any, is, you know, he just starts, you see him carving and come and get him. And then you wait a little bit, then bitch. He just
Well,
like he thinks after the fact, he's like, oh wait, bitch.
I think that's the best part is that if you're like carving letters into someone, like you got to keep that message short and sweet because you might run out of space. And Freddie was like, no, I'm
Yeah.
leaving that lower abdomen because I need to put bitch
Yeah.
on there.
So now Gordon's got some new information. Nancy's got some new intel. They connect. Nancy's like, well, I know somebody who knows where Freddy's remains probably are, but we'll see how that goes. Let's go.
Hmm.
Um, and then this is where we get our first scene with John Saxon, who
Yeah,
played Nancy's dad, who,
looking great.
yeah, well, yeah, I mean,
I mean, like the actor,
yeah. I was like,
not Nancy's dad. He's
yeah,
looking rough.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's looking pretty rough. He is not a cop anymore. You can tell his little patch says security, which not to
Hmm.
knock security guards, but I would think that'd probably be a little lower on the ladder if you go from
Yeah.
sheriff or lieutenant or whatever to
He,
random security guard.
it seems like he probably prematurely retired.
Yeah. Um, Again, this is the only like real scene between Nancy and then her dad. Um, where she's like, look, I just need you to fucking help me. We gotta, Freddy's back, and of course he initially refuses because he's like, we're already far too deep in this shit. I don't need to make this any worse than it is already. But I'm like, bro, you kind of
Mm,
it's just gonna continue getting worse unless like someone's got to intervene somehow, right?
yeah.
Um, but again, he refuses, and Nancy is like, fine, fuck off, takes off and goes to the hospital to go help the kids. Dr. Gordon, however, comes back into the bar, flips the table and is like, we're gonna
Mm,
fucking do this shit, old man.
tough guy.
I'm not gonna let anything happen to your daughter. And I'd be like, who the fuck are you, bro? How old are you?
Yeah.
You want to do what with my daughter? What's going on?
Yeah.
So, um, So this is when, yeah, like I said, Nancy goes back to the hospital, and then John Saxon and Dr. Gordon are going to get Freddy's remains with a quick
Their little side quest.
yeah, with a little quick stop by the church to grab a cross and some holy water.
Yeah. I
So
love it. He steals from the church and is like, here's my ID. I'm going to give this back. I don't think he ever gave that crucifix back.
I don't think so. Maybe he didn't get his ID back, or maybe you just go DMV, get that
Yeah,
taken
it's
care
true.
of.
Yeah.
Um, so Nancy back at the hospital convenes this group session one more time with the remaining kids, which is, let me see, let's do a head count again. We've got Kristen,
Drop them like flies.
yeah, Kristen, Kincaid, Taryn, and Will. Because we
Hmm.
got Joey who's out of down for the count right now.
Yeah.
Um and Kristen, but by the way, Kristen's also in solitary confinement right now because
Hmm.
she was putting up a fight against Dr. Sims. So
And
it's
sedated.
and sedated. Yeah. So it's Nancy, Taryn, Kincaid, and Will.
Hmm.
So she's like, all right, y'all might die doing this, but are you ready? And everyone's like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. Which I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I would still be
Mm-mm.
like, I don't know. Let
Stay
me,
awake and let y'all handle this.
or at least like, let me practice these powers at least a little bit first so I can,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, so she puts them to sleep and then they're able to project themselves into Kristen's cell. Um, then you have Well, Freddy starts to attack the room, and then it it's kind of neat where it fades and then goes back to the beginning of the movie where she's paper macheing this
Hmm.
house
I love
inside
it.
her room. This is a great scene because of
It's
course,
so good.
because we know this shit is not. Like there's no way it's gonna be like, oh,
Yeah.
it was all a dream the whole time and it was this and this. Um, but yeah, I thought that was great. She goes to bed and the mom's like, she's like, Mom, it's good to see you. I love you. This and this and this and this. You still have that dude downstairs yelling for bourbon, but it's
Yeah.
Freddy this time.
Yeah.
Love
Love her
that.
head being chopped
Ah,
off and her just holding the head.
while she's still like chastising her, like from it
Yeah,
to her decapitated head. I
I
thought that
love
was
it.
really great. I
Yeah.
know. I was glad to get that mom again because,
Yes,
yeah,
yes. We needed more of her.
100%. So again, we're still in a nightmare, but we're cooking with some dream powers now. So at
Yeah.
least she can do some backflips to get out of the way or,
Mm-hmm.
escape from Freddy, at least for the time being. Um, but the kids have all been separated now.
Yeah.
Or at least at this point, because now I think who do we cut to first?
Taryn.
Taryn, right,
Mm-hmm.
who's in this alley that may not be familiar to her. Maybe this is where she was using.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's either where she was using or where she was buying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I it's funny because like I forget I was talking to somebody about this movie where I'm just like, no, I kind of like this one because I like the Dream Warriors thing because again, it gives them some agency and they're able to fight back. And but then I stopped myself and I was like, yeah, but Freddy still just kills them very quickly. Like,
Oh, I love that aspect of it because it's real cheesy and they're like talking about their cool powers. And then Freddy's like, that's real fucking cute, but I've been doing this for a long time.
yeah. Oh, that's rough when his fucking finger knives turn into finger needles.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
and then
And
the
her scars open up like little
uh,
mouths. Oof.
that's rough.
Is real
Yeah.
brutal, especially because like I mean that guy was even offering her drugs, the creepy orderly,
Hmm.
and she was like fuck off. So like knowing that she was like really embracing being sober and Freddie's like, "Guess how you're going to die though." Like that's probably
Right.
one of his most fucked up kills, honestly.
It is, isn't it? And that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll be honest. I have struggled with some Freddy quotes in this one because it's all like, I don't know. He's like making puns about
I love it.
her substance abuse or making
Mhm.
puns about the fact that this guy can't walk.
Mhm.
Like you're just like,
He's a fucking child murderer.
I
Like
know, I
that's the
know, I
worst thing
know.
you could do.
Speaking of which, we do cut to Will now, who is in this dark, wet, dirty corridor,
Mhm.
um, who's then just being attacked by this like torture wheelchair with has
Oh my
a bunch
gosh.
of blades and stuff that Freddy just keeps sending up and down,
I
trying to
love it.
attack him with
And
it.
like Freddie's just thinking this shit up. I think that's what's the most fun part. Like he like envisioned that he was like, how am I gonna get this guy? Like I wonder how long it takes him to plan or if it's just instant.
I don't know.
If while they're awake, he's just sitting there like, he's in a wheelchair. How can I use that?
Yeah, I think during like, the daytime when most people are awake, like that's probably just when he's plotting, planning,
Hmm.
right?
I think so.
Um, So yeah, just fucking Will. You think he has a chance for a second because he's like, oh, I've got my wizard powers, and then
Hmm.
Freddy Krueger's like, bro,
He's
dude,
not a
fucking
great actor either.
no, he's not. But he is that very like, I don't know, like yeah, like 80s slasher character. Like he has that same, just that right amount of bad acting,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Yeah, so he's dead. Fucking
Hmm.
yeah, he makes it all of maybe 2 seconds longer than Taryn does, and then Freddy's just like, dude, bro, come on.
Yeah.
I'm your dream wizard, buddy.
Yeah. It's like that's literally my job.
Yeah. So the remaining survivors so far, we've got, well, at least that are there in the hospital, we've got Kristen, Nancy, and Kincaid, who
Mhm.
all find each other, and then try to at least find Freddy or the others. Um, again, I really thought Kincaid was going to die pretty quick here because he's like openly like yelling out, taunting
Yeah.
Freddy.
Calling him
He's
a
just,
pussy.
yeah, Cougar, pussy.
Yeah, I love it. Pussy face.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm like, bro, you need to calm down. Do not why
Would
why are we
you don't
gonna
need to
taunt him?
antagonize him. Like he's gonna come to you eventually.
100%. So this random ass door appears and opens, and then we see that that leads down into Freddy's boiler room, which
Mhm.
they assume, oh, maybe Joey or someone they know is down there.
Or a final
Um,
battle.
right. So, but we do find out that he is keeping Joey captive down there.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, if you remember, Nancy's dad and Gordon, um, go to the salvage yard, which Nancy's dad like has the keys to open the gate to get in here.
I
Unless
know,
he's
that's
the
odd.
security, unless they establish that he's the security guard at the salvage yard for the express reason, well, one,
Of guarding Freddy's bones.
right, then like maybe if they made that a little clearer, I don't
Hmm.
know. Um, so they find his remains in the trunk of the car, and they're able to pull them out, and they're like, all right, let's go find some hollowed ground to bury this fucker.
Hmm.
Now she says it's hollowed ground that he needs to be buried in. Now,
You can make hollowed ground, though.
is that what the situation is? Because I'm like, oh, I thought they were going to take these remains to like a church or a graveyard or something. But
No,
I
that's
guess
why he
just
steals the holy water
right. So
from
he's like,
the church.
I'll make this junkyard hollowed ground.
Hmm.
Easy. Um, but it doesn't work because let's see, back at the boiler room, they're all trying to fight Freddy and save Joey. It's
Hmm.
not going very well for them.
No, they're real
But
fucked.
the only thing that saves them is that Freddy just vanishes mysteriously out of nowhere. And that's
They're like,
because he knew someone was fucking with his bones somewhere.
this
So he's able he transports all the way over
is
there
fun.
to this junkyard. And then you get a pretty fun situation here where
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger's remains, which is this, all form a sentient skeleton,
Burnt up skeleton.
burnt up skeleton, and just starts fighting
I love
John
it.
Saxon and Dr. Gordon.
And he's got
Um,
his claw hand.
right. This is pretty cool. Even though
Yeah.
it's like bad CG, but it's also like it's like nostalgic, good CG. I like it. I
Is
like
it?
the
I thought
effects
it
here.
was like a little bit of
Or it's not
stop
CG,
motion.
but like yeah, like a little bit of stop motion or like that. What's that fucking movie? Like Jason and the Argonauts, like type of
Yeah. Yeah.
special effect there. I don't know.
Hmm.
Or maybe it's like kind of like two screens or a projection of one onto the other. I don't know.
Hmm.
But it looks great. It looks
Yeah.
bad. It looks
It
great though.
yeah, it's bad but fun.
So Gordon gets knocked the fuck out with a shovel. It's good shovel skills by Freddy's
Yeah.
skeleton. And then also impales John Saxton,
Yeah.
killing him. So he's dead.
Yeah. Interesting that Freddy would never think to like possess his bones and just go around in the real world killing people as a skeleton.
Just running around just with this just a
Yeah.
little bone man. I love
Why
that.
not?
Right. Now that they've got some time over in the hospital, they're trying to escape. Joey finds his superpower, which is now just not, instead of being quiet and not saying anything, now he just yells really fucking loud and breaks
Screaming.
glass. So that's his whole situation.
Hmm.
They think they're in the clear for a minute until
I don't know why they would think that.
this like the sparkly ghost of John Saxon like floats down and says, "Nancy, I've always wanted to tell you I love you," or something.
And
I'm like,
I'm
I'm
dead as
sorry.
fuck.
I did. I crossed over. And Nancy's like, crossed over? What?
Yeah.
Um, um, but it isn't John Saxon. It's Freddy Krueger who fucking then takes his knives and fucking stabs Nancy right in the stomach.
Hmm.
Um, Now she doesn't die immediately, and she's able to help out a little bit, or at least buying some time so Dr. Gordon can come to and help finish the
Hmm.
burial. Um, Freddie turns to Kristen and says, he's like, "Come here, piggy," you know. And then I was like, "Who?" I don't know. I was like, yeah, I like that there's a shared vocabulary between Freddy Krueger and Donald Trump.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, and I was
Hmm.
like, yeah, no, that makes sense. Both you
Evil
know,
men.
both evil men that have just real questionable relationships with young children. Yeah,
Hmm. And
100%.
zero respect for humanity.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. So he goes, like, "Hey, little piggy, come over here." Nancy's able to fight back, like I said, holds him off, and Gordon's able to come too. Um, Says his things, pours the bones that have now fallen into just, just a pile of bones again, I guess.
Hmm.
Pours the holy water on it and is able to fucking do it, you
Yeah.
know? Freddy starts flailing around and then he fucking disappears. So
Hmm.
I think it's good. Nancy
I like
follows
the
to,
effect of the lights beaming out of him.
yeah. And this is so much better than just love. Love
Hmm.
will stop Freddy Krueger. I'm
Yeah.
like, just give us like something mechanical we can do
Hmm.
rather than,
A task, a
yeah,
quest.
like, I mean, I guess, or maybe both could be true. Where like maybe Natalie, if I propose to you, it's like, okay, fuck, we've only got two options. Either we have to escape this hospital, we need to go to this graveyard, we need to fight his sentient skeleton and bury him in hollowed ground, or I'm gonna need you to just give him a big old wet kiss on the mouth.
Yeah. I'd be like, let's go get that skeleton.
Yeah, I guess we're going to get that skeleton because I am not doing that.
No.
Maybe I'd say maybe I would, but I don't know if Freddie would want it from me. I'd be like, hey, Freddie, we'll
Yeah.
try
You
both.
you need a little love. Is that what you need?
Yeah, yeah. Um, Nancy, however, falls to the ground
Mm.
and Nancy dies, which I also think is
Oof. Really poor
why
choice.
poor
Why?
choice. I I understand that in Wes Craven's head, this is going to be the last one.
Mhm.
Um, but I'm
But
like,
you
no,
have
just
Kincaid and Joey making it out of this
yeah,
and not
because
Nancy.
I could
Come
see
on.
Joey, I guess, making it, because well, as soon as he didn't die originally and was in a
You were like,
coma,
oh, he's gonna make it.
yeah, like he's gonna be
Yeah.
he's the damsel you gotta save,
Yeah.
Even though I'd be like, I fucking barely know this fucking kid. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm not risking my skin for him.
yeah, but I don't know. I personally, because like I've said before, Nancy is my favorite final girl of a
Mm-hmm.
slasher movie. I really didn't want to see her dead here, even if it
No.
was this kind of you know, trying to save the day kind of
Mm-hmm.
situation. I don't know.
I
I'm
agree.
good. Yeah. But Freddy's dead for now. So, some other time later, we're at Nancy's funeral. Gordon's there and then realizes this ghost nun is none other than Amanda Kruger. Look at
Nice one.
that. Yeah. Oh. Um, and then he goes, "Oh, okay. I guess all right, sure. Guess that
Yeah,
makes
he's like,
sense."
it was a ghost. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, after all the shit they've been through. He never sees Freddy in a dream, though, or at
Mm,
all.
no, he never sees Freddy at all. I
That's
mean, he
kind of
sees
wild.
the skeleton,
He sees the
attacking him.
skeleton, that's true. So he sees some shit. But yeah, he never dreams up Freddy.
No. We've got this one last shot of Kristen who's at home asleep in her bed. Still has that papier-mâché house on her end
Hmm.
table. And then on the second floor of this little model, little light turns on, and that's our movie. Fuck it. And then cue fucking Dream Warriors by Dokken.
Yeah, it hits hard.
Yeah, that's our movie.
Yeah.
Did I leave anything out?
No, you did a good. It's a lot of plot. There's a lot of plot in this one.
Yeah, a little more. As I was kind of going through like halfway, I was like, oh Jesus, this is a lot. I'm talking a lot.
It's a thick plot, but it's okay, you know?
Yeah. Um, would love to hear the taglines for this movie.
All right. This movie has three taglines. You ready?
Ready. Ready, Freddy.
I knew it. Freddy's just around the corner.
Sure.
It's not very like specific to this movie. If you think you're ready for Freddy, think again.
If you think you're ready for Freddy, you're gonna get Daddy. Eddie.
There's no Eddie in this movie. But I like the beginning of that.
If you
Yeah.
think you're ready for Freddy, Boy, oh Betty, you're gonna get daddy. I said he. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. What do you think? Good?
Oh, so good. So, so good. Shame you weren't there in the room.
Yeah. We'll see. Tell me what this last one is. We'll see if it's as good.
I like the last one. If you think you'll get out alive, you must be dreaming.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that one's probably the best one. I saved that one for last intentionally. That's your taglines. They're not like, I think they're maybe the weakest we've seen so far for the franchise. Because
Yeah.
the second one had the man of your dreams is back. That one's
Yeah.
really good.
Okay. So what are our next? So as we're wrapping up, what
You
do you want
ready?
to, yeah, what do you want to
You
share
ready for
first?
Freddy?
Yeah.
Your favorite Freddy quote. There's a lot of good ones to choose from, but you
But
got to
there
keep
are,
it to one.
I'm gonna keep it to one.
I found a loophole to that though.
I am going to say it's not Welcome to Prime Time, bitch.
Yeah, I
It's,
didn't choose that one either because it's just, yeah, it's a lot.
but I'm gonna say this is it, Jennifer. Your big break in TV. Like I said earlier, it could have just stopped there and that'd be pretty good.
I like it all together.
Yeah.
But okay, so you chose that one. I had a feeling you might choose that one, so I did write it down, but I have a backup, but I actually think this watch it was my favorite because I genuinely forgot about the repeat of the introduction of Kristen's mom
Mhm.
and the man being like, "Where's the bourbon?" And then Freddie popping up and saying, "I said, where's the fucking bourbon?" and cutting off her head. I think that's my favorite line in this movie. Just
I
the
love that.
delivery, the timing of it all is just really good. I just think it was so fun and unexpected.
Love
Yeah.
it.
All right. What was your favorite nightmare sequence? Could be ending in a death or not.
I alluded to this a little bit earlier, and this might be like not necessarily like a loophole answer,
Hmm.
but my favorite dream sequence is the Dokken video for Dream Warriors.
Damn it.
Because
That does not count.
it's got everything from the first dream sequence, but with Dokken added in, ripping some real good guitar shreddage. Um,
Wow.
so yeah, that's my favorite dream sequence, and it's Freddy's nightmare because he
That's
wakes up at the
okay.
end. So that's my favorite is the video for Dream Warriors.
Okay. Good
How
job. Good job
about you?
there. Um, Mine is Joey's like almost kill dream sequence. I There's a lot of things I like about this dream sequence. I love that we get to see titties. I love that tongue attachment between the two of them, that like how their tongues merge together and it's like this giant, like very weird looking thing. And then I love the shooting tongues. She like shoots out four tongues that hold him. But then you get my second favorite Freddy line in this dream sequence too, where he says, "What's wrong, Joey? Feeling tongue-tied because he's tied up with
Yeah,
tongues that he can't talk." And I was like, it works on so many levels. So that's my favorite nightmare sequence.
love it.
And I love it just because no one can see us and you're only listening. Kyle gave me the most exaggerated eye roll when I said we get titties.
Yep.
All right. Which one is your favorite kill?
My favorite kill is Phillips.
Ooh,
I
mine too.
I love just him like a marionette puppet being walked around.
Mm-hmm.
That was almost going to be my favorite dream sequence.
Yeah.
Because you get to see other people react to him
Yes.
sleepwalking, and I thought that was great. But it didn't have the killer soundtrack. So but
Mhm.
I love him being let up. I love the superimposed shot of Freddy in the sky pulling the
Yeah.
strings and then throwing him to his death. But yeah, just that feeling of just like yeah, like the just ripping like the veins and
Like
shit and like the
tendons.
tendons out and using
Oh,
them as strings to pull them around. I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, that's my
yeah.
favorite.
It's also my favorite. I think it is also the most like brutal in the way that it takes the longest. Like Philip is experiencing pain
Yeah.
way longer than everybody else that gets killed. So, and again, yeah, the shot of him just slicing the little tendons with his like sharp little glove blade, I really think it's a fun kill, and it's the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do
Boo
you want to
scores.
share your boost score first?
No, I want you to.
You want me to? Okay. I was kind of teetering between two boost scores, so maybe I'll walk through my notes, my final thoughts, and then I'll decide where I want to land this. Um, I I'll get the things out of the way that I don't like. I didn't need Freddy's backstory. I like to just keep it simple. I don't need a reason why he is the way he is. I think it's scarier if we don't know why he is the way he is. I also don't like that we kill Nancy. That was whack. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't need to kill Nancy. We could have left her and she didn't even have to be in another movie. Like, just let her survive. Um I like something we didn't talk about. The original score makes a little cameo in the beginning with the girl on the tricycle.
Yep.
Could have used more of it. I don't know why we were leaving that out. Um,
Agreed.
I also like that Freddy really starts having fun in this one. Like I said, he takes people's like hopes and dreams and weaknesses and uses those to create a fun pun and a fun way to kill them. So like this is the Freddy that that we know and
You
love.
you could call him like a real petty Freddy.
Oh my gosh. You're just really feeling good about these Freddy rhymes. The other thing that I like that a lot happens in this movie. There's never really like a dull or boring moment. It keeps a good pace. It starts strong and it just keeps going. I also really enjoy the cheesiness of them like coming up with their like sweet little powers and how they're gonna defeat Freddy with what they already have. And then he's like, yeah, okay, fuck that. I'm gonna murder you all still. Um love that as well. And then another thing that we didn't dive too much into, that mirrored hallway where all the
Yeah.
Freddys pop up in the mirrors and he starts grabbing them through the mirrors. Cool effects there. Very fun. But also, there's a shot where Freddy is doing this like very suggestive and fast tongue flick. Yes.
Yeah. Oh
Just,
yeah.
I, every time I see it, I'm just dying laughing. I love it so much.
Dude, Freddy
Um,
always needs to be adding some sort of tongue element
yes.
to what he's doing,
Yes.
and it's awful every time.
Yes. He's so pervy and like I just don't want to think about his tongue at all. But that is the first time because it's Robert Englund's tongue. So the first time, like this was the first this is terrible. This is the first time that I saw this and I was like, not for Freddie, but I was like, okay, Robert Englund, like I see you flicking that tongue. Like, get into it. Get into it. Like he got me. He got me on that one. Freddie
Oh
makeup be damned.
no.
Um I know it's terrible. Okay, so I was leaning between a 4 and a 4.5 for this movie. I really do love it. I love that we get Nancy back, even if she does die. I'm going to be more generous because I had a really fun time with it. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of
I
five.
love that.
Yeah.
See, here I was bouncing between a 3.5 and a 4. Um,
Okay.
I love this movie. Nostalgia is going to carry a lot, but also
Yeah.
so far, these are the most colorful, fun deaths in a Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Yeah.
And that's what I come for. And the dream sequences are still pretty fun.
hmm
Um, and I like the characters. I mean, and
hmm
Dr. Gordon sucks, but at least, you
He's
know,
carrying plot, at
yeah.
least.
So I'm gonna go with a 4 for this one.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stick with 4. I was thinking about it. It's like, should I go to 4.5 with you? No, I'm gonna stay with
What's
4.
funny because I really assumed that you would do a higher score for this one than I did, but I think I had the best time watching it that I have in a long time.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, and it's wild for because I know I talked about a lot about like, oh well they should have done this, or oh cut this character, or like, oh this part's
Oh, but it's so good.
unnecessary. And you know I mean, I'm gonna bring this up yet again, but like, like I would drag Scream 3 through the coals because you all added so it's just unnecessary backstory that
Mhm.
makes it less effective and less scary. However, I don't know. This doesn't It's not like in this way it like undermines anything else necessarily,
Mhm.
but it's just a very stupid add-on. Like, why are we doing
Yeah.
this? I like the idea of like, no, let's just add like, 'cause it's already supernatural. Yeah, let's add some ghosts. Maybe there's some nice ghosts floating around in
Yeah.
people's dreams. It is weird that it doesn't, this ghost, there's also ghosts that appear not in people's dreams, but
Yeah.
Freddy is limited only to dreams, I guess, unless he is projecting himself into his own bones.
Yeah, it could have been interesting if Amanda Kruger was visiting Dr. Gordon through his dreams and
Yeah.
he wasn't seeing Freddy for some reason because he has no
So,
connection, I guess, to Elm Street or to Springwood.
yeah. I'm gonna
Hmm.
stick with four booze, but
Okay.
I love this movie. It's fucking great. It's one of my favorite horror sequels.
Yeah, I agree.
And yeah, you can really tell it's because Wes Craven's involved again. I think there's a
Yeah,
lot to that.
that strengthens it quite a bit. Even if he didn't write as much as the other people that are on the screenplay, I think he probably gave them a lot to run with. Like he was like, listen, like you
Yeah.
got to stick within these things. Like you can't be bringing up new rules. I think he did a lot of work to make sure that they didn't fuck it up.
I I like the Dream Warriors thing.
Hmm.
I like where that might be going. It sucks that Freddy killed so many goddamn children until finally one of them figures out, like, oh, actually, we have superpowers too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
But okay, like honestly though, I want you to think, have you ever had a dream where you had like a special ability that you did not have in real life? Because I have not. I can say that with certainty. Like I am regular Natalie, maybe at different ages or stages of life, but like I don't have superpowers or any abilities that I don't have in my real life, in my dreams.
maybe not off the top of my head, but I,
Like that would be useful against Freddy, especially.
yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, going back to the second one, like maybe I could kiss Freddy real good.
I love that. You're like, I'll show you some tongue, Freddie.
I'll show you. You want to come into my dreams, Freddy?
And he'd be like, this is all I ever wanted. Nobody asked
Um,
me.
yeah. So
Yeah.
this movie's fucking great. I love it. Anyone who like say if there's anyone who is like watched the first one, I'm like you gotta watch this one.
Hmm.
More
I agree.
so. mm, Yeah, I like Freddy's Revenge, but you could leapfrog over that one if you want. Like that one is so
Hmm.
self-contained, even though it does have references to the Thompsons and all, but
Hmm.
you could do just like a, one straight to three
Yeah.
and then you'd be like, oh, let's see, well, Nancy's back and this and this and this. But again,
Hmm.
yeah, killing Nancy sucks.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, outside of like Sydney Prescott, there's usually even the final girls you know, usually don't stay around for too long.
No. There
But
was some interesting trivia that I read, because people were curious what had happened to Jesse from
mhm.
part two. And I don't remember if it was Dr. Gordon or Dr. Sims that mentions it, but they said that there was a boy who cut off his eyelids so that he could stay awake.
Oh, you think that was him?
So, well, some like there's like fan theories that they think that that was Jesse because of his like proximity. No one's living in that house anymore, so that seems weird. Um, So yeah, I thought that was an interesting, fun theory, and I was like, oh, I don't mind that. That's pretty fun. Like maybe Freddy still continued to haunt him. We don't know. Yeah. All right. Now we need to rank these movies. Now, currently, everything up until this Boo score for us for this movie has matched. So for Nightmare on Elm Street, Platinum Boo,
Yep.
5 boos for both of us. Nightmare on Elm Street 2, we both gave 2 boos. So that put our ranking at obviously part one, part two. And then we just broke the boo score trend with this one. So Kyle at 4 boos, me at 4.5 boos, which I always tend to go more generous with these franchise boo scores, I think, than you do.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah.
There's some
Yeah.
exceptions, but so I mean, I think, to no one's surprise, 1-3-2.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah,
So same ranking so far. Interesting.
yeah, still a couple Freddy's holding steady.
Oh my gosh. You can't do this for the rest of the franchise. You're
The
like,
the
oh,
fuck
I can.
the fuck I can't. Watch me go.
Goodness.
Yeah, that's all I got. Yeah,
Same.
love this movie. Really excited to um
And now we're really getting into the franchise.
really excited to do Dream Master.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
We'll see. Are any of these kids going to be the Dream Master? I don't know.
Or is Freddy the Dream Master?
We've got a few survivors here, with
Hmm.
Dr. Gordon, of
Not
course.
Nancy.
Not Nancy, which fucking sucks. But then yeah, see, and that's where I would want to see, like, I don't know, maybe like, I like the idea that if Nancy is dead, and I can't say whether or not this happens in any other movies, but Nancy shows up to fuck with him, like in the nightmares. So she continues to
Ooh,
be,
Ghost Nancy.
yeah,
Hmm.
I like that idea, but
Yeah,
we'll
that's a fun
see.
idea. Yeah.
All right, Natalie, anything else?
No, that's it.
Oh
Good
yeah.
job.
Ready to sleep tight?
Yep. Ready for Freddy.
Don't let the finger knife perverts bite.
Hey, you know what? If he comes at me with that tongue instead of the
Yeah.
finger knives,
That was the thing. That's exactly what I was thinking as soon as I finished that sentence. I'm like, I don't know. I'm sure you
you
could show
knew.
up and you'd be like,
I'd be
well,
like, yeah,
yeah.
we could
Yeah, maybe keep
work
that
something out.
sweater on so I don't see all those fucking like weird
Those
faces and
children
shit.
that are living in your chest.
Love that. Love that. All right, everybody. Take care. You know,
Sweet dreams.
sweet dreams. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, ghost.
Thanks for listening to our episode on A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. If you enjoyed this episode, you could subscribe to our podcast and leave us the review of our dreams on whichever platform you choose to listen. You can find us on Instagram at 321 Ghost Pod and give us a follow. We would love to hear your Nightmare on Elm Street rankings. Follow us on Letterboxd at 321 Ghost Pod to see our boo scores on all of the movies we've covered so far. Next week, we're taking the week off because once again, we work hard and we deserve it. Thanks again for listening, and remember to take your Hypnosil once daily. 3, 2, 1, Ghost.